welcome to live streaming action from Burlington Hall. This is the men's open singles match between Coby Iwaasa and Trevor Webb. Thanks for joining our live stream today. This is semifinals. The winner of this match will advance to play Sam Murray in the finals of the Racquetball Canada Easterns. These two are no strangers to anybody who's a fan of racquetball in Canada as well as internationally. Trevor is wearing the red. He's in the service box. Coby's in the receiving box wearing the black. 1-0 game one just started here. Joined in the broadcast booth by Bill.
Hey Chris, how are you?
Good. Bill did some of the matches yesterday streaming, so if you were tuning in. Trevor's in the service box here early on. Coby set up at the forehand, goes ceiling. Trevor back to the backhand, he goes ceiling. See what Coby does. Left it up just a little. And Coby with the sidewall pinch. So it's important as a player right there, sometimes when you're hitting the ball in a defensive shot, you give that offensive player just enough room to kind of put the ball away, right? And then the volley ends. And
looked like Trevor wanted to call on the ceiling ball there.
As we were saying in the previous match, sometimes if a player puts their hand up, it's at the ref's discretion to stop the play or continue. In this case, play was continued.
Both probably tipped the ball up a little higher than they wanted to in that rally. They'll settle in.
Yeah. We do have line judges for this match. Nathan Jovan is our referee. Coby in the service box.
Good depth on the ceiling balls. Being very patient here. Not much to shoot.
Comes down to who's got the better ceiling ball. Who takes the offensive shot. Trevor goes first. Coby goes back up to the ceiling. Good hands by Coby. Coby, if you've watched him over the years, certainly has been a fixture on the racquetball stage for decades now. Really soft hands. Such a great player. Could beat you with a combination of power and softness in the touch.
Very quick up front.
Coby on the service. That ball. That was one of those.
Little break there.
The ball hits strings and somehow makes it to the front and kind of peters out. It's one of those where you look at it like, was that a good shot or was it a skip? But the call in Trevor's favor there.
Right off of the frame on that one, Chris.
These two last met a few months back. If you're not familiar, here in Canada, we have selection events. So we have an Eastern selection event and a Western selection event, and then we have national team selection. So points towards each event go towards. Great shot there by Coby. Looked like the rally was over, and then the ball off the back wall just enough to get to the front wall there. But as mentioned, your placement in each of these tournaments, whether you finish first or 17th, counts as points towards the national team. And if you have national team rankings, you're able to compete internationally on the stage for Team Canada, whether that's Pan Am Games or at some of the other World Championships.
That was a terrific serve. Ace serve by Coby.
Great put right there by Coby. So as mentioned last time, these two played. Coby won in the semifinals, and they also competed in last year's. Trevor's going to call a quick timeout here. So we'll take a quick timeout with you. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
ce monde richement diversifié, le sport nous mobilise. Faites-en partie dans un jeu qui nous unit tous. Le racquetball, peu importe votre âge ou votre niveau de compétence. Plongez dans la forme physique et le plaisir du racquetball. Le racquetball est une force rassembleuse où les différences sont mises de côté et des amitiés se forgent. Ensemble, nous créons une environnement.
That time back in here, Chris.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. This is live streaming action from Burlington Hall, formerly Cedar Springs Health and Racket Club. This is Coby Iwaasa versus Trevor Webb in the men's open singles semifinal. The winner advancing on to face Samuel Murray, who just defeated Leighton Goldie in a great match. Coby in the service box. Short serve there. Coby is the defending Canadian national champion, beating Sam Murray last year here at Cedar Springs. Certainly, Sam would love a little measure of revenge to get back that down, and Coby wants to defend his title. Good gets here by both players. Coby on the offense. Let's see if there's I think Nathan called a replay on that, right? Coby's appealing for an avoidable.
Both agreed.
And both agreed, so just a replay. Yep, that's a tough one. The ball's coming off the side ball like that. It's hard to say avoidable or not because it's not a ball that's at you necessarily, so you don't give the player enough time to get out of the way. So it's always a hotly debated avoidable, non-avoidable question.
Yeah, he was set up, but I don't think it was avoidable at that point.
I would agree.
It was just a jam shot.
Trevor in the service box here. We're in game one. Short serve there by Trevor. For those who are fans of racquetball in Canada, Trevor is certainly no stranger to the results. Typically tip finishing in the top 2 or 3, especially at racquetball Canada national events. Both players again playing single ball patient game here. Set up a little bit for Coby. Good defense there. Trevor put that away. Both players keeping the ball up just a little bit more than they want to on their offensive shots right now, right? Just keeping the ball just slightly higher. Both are capable, obviously, of putting the ball away, but so far it's been a tale of who's able to put the rally away first. Trevor in the service box here, looking for a drive serve. Goes back in. Oh, that was a good serve. Yeah, Petered in the corner there. Coby had a great return. Just skipped it. Bill, I know you play these courts a lot, so sometimes you get that little crack between the grass and the back wall like that where the ball can kind of just stick a little bit and stay down for the return players it fits.
Good jam, so he made that look easy.
He did. Both Coby and Trevor have professional lives outside of racquetball. Certainly Coby's a chiropractor and Trevor's a pilot. So, racquetball used to be a full-time job back in the day when there was money to be made on the pro tour.
Yeah.
But not so much these days, as everybody knows. So you have to supplement your living with profession. So they probably don't get a chance to play at a high level as they would like to. But both are capable, certainly, of winning nationally and internationally for sure. Great backhand there by Trevor. Smooth on the backhand. And speaking of international play, Trevor and Coby actually teamed up and played doubles in the 2023 Pan Am Championships when Sam Murray had to withdraw due to injury in that tournament. And Trevor stepped in as Coby's partner. They ended up finished 6th, but certainly great international experience on the Pan Am side for both.
Ground serve there at this level. Have to keep it off the back wall.
Yep. Great serve. Great serve there by Coby. Kept Trevor just a little bit off balance.
I've been leaning a little bit to the back end on that one.
Yep. Good deception. 9-7 here, game 1. Semifinal match between Coby Iwaasa and Trevor Webb. Oh, great patience there by Trevor to come off the back wall. Sometimes it takes just like you hold your breath for a second, right, and then reset yourself and take your time. And rewarded with a backhand winner.
Didn't have a lot of room to shoot that.
He did not. He did not. That's one of those you could either break your racket or hit a clean shot. And he hit a clean shot. Nice backhand there by Coby. Both players starting to dial in a little bit now more, Bill, than the early going. Now they're starting a little more crispness to their shots.
Higher than he wanted on that one.
Coby serving for the first game here. And it's down. So first game goes to Coby. Great competitive bout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We're watching live streaming action from Racquetball Canada.
I played a lot of matches when I was playing the WRT with the gearbox ball. It's a different ball than the other ones. I think it's better for the game. It's durable. I think for fans it's going to be more enjoyable. The rallies are going to be a little longer. So it's going to be fun.
Dans ce monde richement diversifié, le sport nous mobilise. Faites-en partie dans un jeu qui nous unit tous. Le racquetball, peu importe votre âge ou votre niveau de compétence. Plongez dans la forme physique et le plaisir du racquetball. Le racquetball est une force rassembleuse où les différences sont mises de côté et des amitiés se forgent. Ensemble, nous créons un environnement sûr et accueillant tout le monde. Racquetball Canada vous invite à prendre une raquette et à rejoindre notre communauté dès aujourd'hui. Racquetball Canada, là où tout le monde a sa place.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We have men's open singles streaming action here at Racquetball Canada. The Easterns at Burlington Hall. It's Chris and Bill on the mic. It's Coby Iwaasa versus Trevor Webb in the second semifinal. The winner advancing to play Sam Murray in the finals. We're off and running in game 2. Coby won the first game. Let's see that ball. Yeah, called good by the ref. Just looked like it died out in the corner there.
He had the sound funny on that, but it was a sidewall.
Yep. Sometimes as a player you second guess yourself if the ball was good or not, even if you hit the shot. So that's a great backhand dive there by Trevor.
Great,
now with a great reach. Great reach.
Nice rally.
Over to dive. If you watched last year's national championship match between Coby and Sam, there's definitely some great photos of Coby mid-air like that. So no stranger to extending on the backhand side. I'm sure being a chiropractor, he can kind of self-diagnose himself after falls like that. Trevor in the box here, early on, second game. Great serve there by Trevor Bell. Both these players have been mainstays on the racquetball circuit for a long time, through the junior development programs. Coby from Alberta and Trevor from Ontario. Well, international, a lot of international experience, world championships, Pan Am Games. Straight back in there by Coby.
There's no room for error, right? On those serves, they've got to be clean.
The ball is being hit a little bit crisper now by both players, so it's going to come down to who can execute better and who can kind of make defensive plays to keep the volley alive. 3 serving 2 here. Coby in the box, serving to Trevor. Trevor won last year's national bronze in last year's national championship. Coby won gold, beating Sam in the final. So both no strangers to the semifinal, facing each other. Great get by Coby.
Great get.
Good backhand save there by Coby. Trevor with the setup now. And resets. Oh.
Great rally.
Sometimes you got to stay alive, especially Trevor thought he had that point one halfway through the volley, and then Coby was able to keep it alive, and now you have to reset as a player, right? That's a difficult thing to do mentally.
Very difficult mentally.
Trevor with a lot of experience in that situation, didn't panic, and was able to put the ball away. 3 serving 3 here, second game.
That's skipped in.
No skip.
Yeah, you mentioned the mental aspect, right? You look at what Trevor's doing right now, right? And I've seen some juniors do this, and they kind of do it because they watch these guys do it, but really it's mental. He's getting himself set for the next serve, what he's trying to do, what he's trying to achieve here. You know, you'd like to think ace, but what he's trying to do is thinking exactly what he's going to do. He's going to do a jam and try to set up for the next shot.
Yep. Great insight there. Set out there. Trevor took a wrong pass to that ball right there. You know, he looked up for a second like he was going to ask for a replay, but he took the wrong pass.
Yeah, I think he was thinking pinch there, and he was trying to move in.
Yep. Yeah, as Bill mentioned, this game, physical skills aside, this game is very mental, right? Your ability to kind of get over mistakes quickly, reset yourself, just kind of breathe on the court, right? Breathing is such an underrated thing, right? Keeping yourself calm.
It is.
Especially when you have a big crowd watching and a streaming audience. Sometimes nerves get you, but both these players are well accustomed to that. So it comes down to execution and shot making like that.
Yeah, the mental aspect it's so important, right? These guys all came in with game plans on how they're going to attack the other opponent. They're going to have to make adjustments if a certain serve isn't working. And that adjustment might be the same type of serve, but different drop of the ball. A lot of things are considered here.
Especially when you played each other so many times, like these two have on high stakes, like this, right? You know each other's games, you know the strengths, you know the weaknesses. It really comes down to execution of shots and shot selection for sure.
Yep, absolutely true.
Right now, back and forth on the service battles here. Coby in the service box. Great drive serve there. Good scoop by Trevor. Let's see if Trevor stays sealing. Now Coby's chance. Goes to the offense. Trevor left that up just a little bit, but was able to regroup.
Great get.
Good get by Trevor. Smooth backhand put away by Coby. Sometimes in a rally, you go for it, you don't get it, but you get a chance to reset the volley. Gives you a second chance to execute. In that case, Trevor just left it up a little bit for Coby there to put it away.
And that's where the ceiling ball is effective with these guys. Just keep it in play. I mean, you looked at that serve. That serve was perfect. Yep. And Trevor just got it right back to the ceiling, deep enough where it didn't leave up an offensive shot. Yep. That is a lot harder to do. Easier than it looks.
It is a lot harder to do. While we're on a quick break here, we'll keep chatting through. So, as I mentioned, let's see, we'll take a break. Yep, we'll take a break for our sponsors. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back. Trevor took a timeout to regroup a little bit. Certainly an intense second game here. Both players really giving it all, spending a lot of energy diving all over the court. So you get to kind of take that time out mentally, physically reset.
Variety of reasons why you'll take a timeout. One could be fatigue, another one could be just a reset.
That certainly is a good choice by Trevor with a nice, easy put away there. Sometimes you're so intense by an intense volley that taking time out of the court for 30 seconds just to breathe, catch you, kind of calms down the circulation system, your nerves a little bit. Even if you're such an experienced player like Trevor or Coby, just that little break kind of help you. Trevor in the service box here. Good volley by both players here.
Good choice there by Trevor.
Coby keeps it alive with the backhand dig out. Oh, Coby just missed that one. He had the pinch set up for himself and just put it into the wall. Sometimes your brain thinks faster than your body in cases like that, though, right? You know, it's hard as a player.
I think he was a little jammed on that. I think he would have wanted that ball out.
Just a little bit,
a little out front, a little bit more.
Thanks for tuning in with us today. We'll be streaming all day here from Burlington Hall. Racquetball Canada Easterners with points going towards the national selection team. Thanks back here by Coby there.
Trevor went for the crack there, didn't get it, left him set up off the back wall.
Risk no reward on that one for Trevor. Now Coby is in the driver's seat in this game too. Coby took the first game. Tightly contested here between both players. Again, back and forth. Especially when you play with somebody after so many years, you guys have been playing each other for at least the last decade, right? So the margin of error is really small between Trevor and Coby. So
very true. They know each other's game so well.
Coby always seems to kind of just have a little bit of an edge over Trevor, at least in the last couple of years. So let's see if Trevor can kind of get over that hump and throwing the national champ. Trevor with a good save there.
Block rollout. And they have similar games, right? If you're noticing here, drive serve. Everything's fast, everything's hard-paced. You watch some other players, they may go with Nick lobs, try to keep someone deep.
Yep, this is certainly the antithesis of the previous game between Sam and Leighton, where Sam pretty much exclusively did lobs and Nick lobs and half lobs. So it was a tough breakthrough for Trevor there. I think he was expecting something different and got crossed up a little bit on that serve. Coby in the box. That's a tough shot there. If you're Trevor and you have a wide open court on the backhand like that, you have to try to put that ball away. He left it, unfortunately.
He left it up
for Coby, and then Coby's now in control and made Trevor have an impossible shot out into the wall. And that spends a lot of energy to Trevor too. It takes him out of the play a little bit, mentally and physically.
Terrific shot. Terrific shot.
And Trevor broke the ball, but it was after the play, so it doesn't matter. We'll take a timeout. Coby's up 2-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
In this beautifully diverse world, sport brings us together. Be a part of it in a game that unites us all. Racquetball. Whatever your age or skill level, get into the fitness and the fun of racquetball. Racquetball is a unifying force where differences are left behind and friendships are forged. Together we create a safe and welcoming environment for everyone. Racquetball Canada invites you to pick up a racket and join our community today. Racquetball Canada, where everyone belongs.
I'm Carla Munoz and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
Welcome back, everyone. This is game 3 between Coby Iwaasa and Trevor Webb. We are at the 2026 Racquetball Canada Easterns. As mentioned before, there's 2 qualifying events throughout the year, Westerns and Easterns, with points going towards national team selection, and then there's the Nationals, which will be held here in Burlington in May, at Burlington Hall, formerly known as Cedar Springs. This is Chris. I'm on the mic with Bill. So far, both players are really giving it all, but Coby's just had that one little extra to kind of pull ahead the 2-0 lead so far.
His shots have been a little bit crisper, but not a lot.
Yep. Margin of error, as Bill mentioned, is so tiny between players that have played each other so long. It comes down to execution. If you don't execute, and especially if you have an exhausting couple rallies and you get frustrated, as you saw at the end there, Trevor expressing his frustration of breaking one of the balls, but it happened after the play was over, so no.
And this is the mental part of the game where he's got to just forget it, game's over, move on, game 3.
Exactly, especially when you have an opponent you haven't won against him in a while, right?
Yes.
Some of that doubt sinks in your head and frustration. Trevor's in the service box for game 3, and here we go. Coby showing off a lot of his quickness here so far. Trevor trying
to shoot
some soft passes. Oh, that one, soft enough. Sometimes when you hit those little Coby obliterated that return there, but just is up enough, and now that one just missed. I don't know how that ball didn't stay down with 2 bounces for Coby there, but it just stayed up enough for Trevor to get this.
That was a really difficult shot for him to pick up on that pinch. I mean, that was nearly a flat roll up.
Yeah, I mean, that's your margin of error is if you haven't played or been in the court with some of these guys that play at this level, like your margin is millimeters, not it's such a thin margin.
Just like our games, isn't it, Chris?
Maybe more Bill than myself. Trevor with the serve here. Long serve.
Tried the jam serve there. I think he got a break there at that being long.
Both players have been really successful getting their first serves in so far today. Not a lot of second serves, so a rarity here. And Trevor will reset and probably try some nick lob or half lob. Goes to the full lob. Let's see, was the call avoidable on that?
I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
He was set up. Trevor was trying to get out of the way, but he wasn't.
Yeah, cool.
I do think that was avoidable.
Yep, so the ref Nathan called the avoidable. And certainly, look, it's such a split-second thing. As you said, Bill, it's, margin is quick, but when you hit the ball back to yourself, most of the time it's going to be called avoidable.
Great get. Skipped in.
Yeah. Trevor, again, some of that frustration right now of being down 2-0 against an opponent you've dropped a couple times, always close matches, right? A little call doesn't go your way, and now all of a sudden you've skipped the ball. That was an easy put away. And chasing points. Wow. A great serve there by Coby. 3 quick points there for Coby, one on the overturned appeal and
it's
two others.
tough on those avoidables because you have to also take into consideration the level of play. Right?
Exactly.
If it's a lower level of play, you're probably just doing that as a play over.
Yep.
But here, Coby's putting that ball away.
Yep. Especially as Bill mentioned, if the offensive player has got time to set up and if you don't get out of the way. Such a judgment thing when you're in the court. Easier to say up here, but it is the rules of the game, sure. And Coby's kind of mentally right now showing that he's kind of like steadfast. Trevor's taking a smart time out here just to reset himself. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
In this beautifully diverse world, sport brings us together. Be a part of it in a game that unites us all.
And we're back here. Men's Opens singles action, semifinal action between Coby Iwaasa and Trevor Webb. Trevor took a timeout. He was a little frustrated, had a avoidable call against him, and then 3 straight points for Coby kind of took the momentum away. Coby started was up 2-0. Trevor was kind of in control of the third game here, but then a couple calls don't go your way, and now all of a sudden you get flustered and you've kind of lost the set a little bit. It's 5 serving 3. Coby in the service box, Trevor in the receiving box. Coby wearing black, Trevor wearing red. This is men's semifinals, open action, third game. Don't know how that didn't hit Coby. Trevor was able to take advantage. That was a matrix-like move there by Coby. Stay out of the way both on the way in and the way out.
That might have been more impressive than some of his shots.
Let's see if Trevor could regroup here. He's still in this third game. Oh, that was a tough one. He left that serve just in Coby's wheelhouse there. And these players are so good that a lot of them don't get to hit forehand winners, right? A lot of players on the backhand, right? So it's very rare you get a forehand chance like that, right?
Yeah, that was a setup. Tough serve.
Oh. Great pinch there by Coby. So you can see some of the veteran experience from Coby from international play and national play coming in right now, right?
Yeah, Coby's starting to take control of the game.
Yep. He does that so often, quietly, right? Quiet confidence. Oh, just missed that one. No. I know a lot of players and fans of the sport that have been watching this internationally love watching Coby play at some tournaments. I know he's competed in some IRT stops, a lot of IRF stops. He's certainly a player and fan favorite on the circuit. So a lot of people wish he did play more often, right? And was able to support his life. But as mentioned, a lot of the players these days have to have can't have pro ambitions because they need to pay the bills. A lot of them do have full-time jobs, so it's tough because we would love to see somebody like Coby really play as often as he can.
Gentleman in the game, very fair on the court, but it is tough to get around. It's costly.
And both players, both Trevor and Coby, are great ambassadors of the sport, giving a lot of time, commitment to juniors on and off the court, both coming up to the junior programs. And especially Trevor does a lot of work here in Ontario, stringing rackets and helping the players here with their games and some of the other players locally. So both are great ambassadors for the sport here in Canada. Good get by Trevor and around the world by Coby. Yeah, as Bill mentioned, Coby's just kind of controlling it right now, controlling tempo, really kind of putting the ball away. It's kind of easy now.
I think mentally maybe it's setting in a little bit with Trevor. What else can I do here?
Yep.
Smart
That's
shot.
a great shot there, right? Sometimes you need to be perfect when you're playing a player like Coby, but sometimes the pressure to play perfect makes you make mistakes that you would normally not make, right? As you're playing somebody else not at this caliber.
Yeah, the score sheet's going to say that Coby dominated you if he wins in 3, but every game's been tight. That's a tough shot.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, as these guys play each other, yeah, you can look back at past scores, even if it's 11-8, the score definitely doesn't indicate the, the back and forthness and the volley that happens. Great serve there by Coby, and that is your match. Well, thank you everyone for listening. On behalf of Go, stay tuned for more streaming action throughout the day. You're watching live streaming coverage of Racquetball Canada's Eastern Tournament here from Burlington, Ontario.